Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the monthly forecast for the sign of Aries for the month of October 2018. Time is really flying by. This is for all Aries, sun, moon, and rising signs. It is a general reading for your sign for the month of October. We're just going to be doing a 5-card spread today. It's a little bit short, but it's kind of cool because it's going to talk about an improvement. So as a general theme, whatever you would like to improve in your life, or when you're listening to this spread and you know have this vision about improving a part of your world, in whatever area that is important to you, this should be helpful to you in moving forward toward reaching your goals and dreams. So messages for Aries, sun, moon, and rising for the month of October 2018. Wow, that was a big rush that I got there. Let's get bottom of the deck for general energy for the month here. 10 of Earth. So, I mean, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. This is really a completion. You've succeeded at something here. It very likely is finances, affluence, assets. Could very well be health, depending on what you're going through. You could reach optimum health this month, or this could be important to you. Those themes could be important to you under the umbrella of improvement. So you could be looking to improve things in this area here. But a completion here. It looks like you've succeeded at something that's been undergoing for a long time. So congratulations there. Really nice to see for you. It could just also mean in many ways creature comfort, so much so that, you know, you're affluent here, okay? You're affluent in the 10 of Pentacles, so much so that there could be a legacy. You could be purchasing property or land, RSPs, assets of all kinds here. But another major theme around the 10 of Pentacles is, of course, legacy. Leaving a legacy, leaving things to your children, having children, planning for children. This is, despite being a Pentacles, it's very futuristic here. This is long-term investments as well. And you could just have so much money or affluence or health or wellness that you're able to share that with others. So it's a very, very prosperous card to have there. Quite beautiful. Let's get your 5 cards out here. As I said, that's just the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month, but how gorgeous is the general energy here? And as always, I'll look at the energy of the cards here together and what they're doing as a snapshot for me, and then we will look, of course, at their individual positions. And of course, at the end of this spread, we'll draw a card, or get a jumper card rather, from the oracle decks here for additional messages for you. So under the umbrella of this gorgeous endings and completions around affluence, financial abundance, wellness, assets, healing, abundant living, legacies. We have this beautiful world card. We have a little bit of energy here that looks a little bit anxious. We have this gorgeous worker bee energy and something coming to an end. We have 2 major arcanas. We have the death and the world here, and then we have moving away from something difficult. So I truly see you here, very probably, because we do have an ending, very probably leaving something behind permanently here, okay? But it's at your insistence. This is because of hard work. This is because you've looked long and hard at what you're willing to let go of, or a price you're willing to pay, for example, in order to move into something that's very, very positive for you, that you've not only worked hard for, but like at the same time had to convince yourself that you can allow into your life. So I think this is sort of multi-pronged here with regard to moving away from something difficult, letting go of anxiety or thoughts of being stuck or not being able to move past something, and then finally saying, you know what, I'm willing to put this to whatever wasn't working for you, I'm willing to put that to rest forever in order to welcome something new and beautiful and prosperous for me into my life. So that's what I'm getting as a general snapshot here with the first card. What do you already do well? Well, what do you already do well? Move away from difficult situations when it's time to. The cool thing about the Six of Air, or the Six of Swords as it were, is there might have been trouble. There might have been hurt. There might have been some anguish or letdowns here. Remember the air, you do have two of those, and then you have two pentacles here. So something about the mind or belief systems, and then something about the real world, how you're applying these belief systems, okay? Or thoughts or attitudes even. With regard to what you already do well, you're able to let go. You might even be drawing upon this from past experiences here, Aries. The Six of Swords is something you're going to take with you. So curiously enough, yes, you can move away from choppy waters to calmer waters. But as a bonus, you get to take those lessons with you. So it's not like you just had a rough time at something and you move away from it and a lesson wasn't learned, or you didn't see the point, or everything feels all for naught. That's not what this Six of Swords is contemplating here. It's saying you're going to take those lessons and use them to your advantage in the near future, but you're not going to let them hurt you anymore. You're not going to let them take over your mind or thought process, or again, beliefs about a situation or yourself. So moving away from something difficult, if you needed to hear that message, Aries, for example, and you're in the process of moving away from something here, and you're like, geez, I just need that, that one extra push, or I just need to, I'm nervous or I'm anxious about that. You can remember what that felt like before, leaving something behind in the past, moving toward a beautiful new fresh future for yourself, and remind yourself it may not be easy, but it is worth it. And you don't have to say it's all for nothing, okay? Especially if there was some pain or some trauma, you can take those lessons with you and you can use that to your advantage. Look at this gorgeous world straight ahead. What you need to work on, shifting things in your world. What does your world environment desire from you? What do you really, truly want? And this is where we're looking at beginnings and definitely endings. And we're also looking at a 3 here with the 21. The gorgeous energy here behind the world is saying that something new awaits you if you're only willing to let go of what isn't working. And here's where this is sort of a prompter to remind you of, you've done this before with another area of your life, and see the results of that and look at the benefits of that. And you can even capitalize on that or build on that. And it doesn't have to be all for nothing. So really gorgeous energy here in the World card. So interesting as well to see, the death following it as your overall advice. It really is saying it's time for something to shift permanently. We do have a beautiful endings here. Maybe it's just all about investments. Maybe you just finally saved up enough of something, or you finally came to terms of where you want to go invest, if it has to do with finances. If it has to do with relationships or even money, it could be about what are you paying, what's the price, right? What's the price for what you're getting? What are you paying, right? There's a price for everything here. And again, with this following it, I do see that something has to be let go of. With these two curious 8s here together, of course, the 8 of Swords here, which is a little bit of an anxiety, feeling stuck in a situation, unsure, second guessing, followed with the 8 of Pentacles, which is really sticking to something, hard work, tenacity, not giving up. It's almost like you just have to remind yourself more than anything that you are on the right track. But more than that, being able to let go of something that's outlived its usefulness, right? With external resources, yes, this could be something that's reminding you from, external to you. It could be individuals in your environment. Not necessarily one or two people, but, attitudes that those individuals possess, for example, which is concern and worry and anxiety. Be careful you don't take that on your own shoulders. This is external resources here. So if you feel like people wouldn't be helping you right now during a major shift in your life, for example, you can stay away from those people, or just confide in one or two people who would have your back with regard to following your dreams or following your ambitions here fearlessly, right? Because this still contains a little bit of concern or anxiety. So I do think that that's around you in the month of October, but you're able to get around that really easily. I mean, you are surrounded here by the world, which is, you know, completion. There's a lot of angelic energy here with the world as well. I think that there's a great deal of protection, and it's almost like something with a lot of effort in the past, and you felt like it's only just beginning to make sense now. And then this total completion here, like something is on its way out, something new is coming in, a whole new phase, a whole new level. But it's almost like the people around you may not be gravitating toward those same things like you are right now, or they may not be as important to them, or they just may not know your language, quote unquote. They may not be speaking the same language as you right now. If that's the case, you know, it's probably just confined to October, especially during these big shifts and changes here. So if you must, you know, keep things close to the cuff, confide in one or two really good friends who are able to just listen. You know, you don't need advice. You just maybe need someone who can listen. This really is about what's going on internally to you as well. So even if someone has the best intentions around you or has supported you in the past, it could be a letdown, or you may not get what you need from them intellectually or, you know, in an ideologically supportive way here. So just be aware of the people who you're sharing your thoughts and goals with this month, especially if there are big changes and shifts afoot. Be careful that they're not adding their own sets of fears and denials and troubles and even experiences at this point to the matter, okay? You want to just focus on what you're doing in your highest best interests, because all the other cards really do have to do with you. The external one here is the one causing anxiety. It could also just be your environment for a portion of the month as well. So be careful where you spend your time. It could feel a little bit draining. Here with this beautiful Eight of Pentacles is internal approaches. This is where we're looking at, you know, tenacity, working very hard at something, working very hard at the same thing, right? This is time and effort and care and love put into something that has roots. It's long lasting. It's going to create a legacy. It's built to last. Something here is built to last, okay? Long-term planning. So, and it could, like I said, it could be that you've been building assets or building funds or energy. Again, it's a general reading, whatever it is, because you have an idea of where you want to apply it. You already know where it's going to go and where it's going to be applied. So what I see here, when I see that following the environment for you, basically stating that your environment or someone in it is not on your level, is the easiest way to say that in that position. With regard to something you've been working very, very hard toward, you put a lot of effort and energy into, you're probably quite proud of. Could have to do with your body, relationships, assets, personal development. But in essence, something here that's built to last, something that's real and solid and built to last. And this very cool overall advice is the Death card. It's, you know, transformation is a really nice term for it in this deck. It is a transformative experience here. And it's almost like the universe, right? Literally the world here saying, it's okay. It's okay to give up the ghost, to give up what was troubling you. You've been working hard on something in terms of getting away from the lesson that you knew was over. It was time to walk away from it. Someone's not on your level. Are you going to deal with that anymore? And this is saying, as advice, this is saying, look, you're worth more than that. You're better than that. You've got more going for you than that. Perhaps, and someone may need, one Aries sun, moon, or rising may need to hear this as well. There is this concept here where it's almost like you're working hard toward a very particular future for yourself, and someone else not only isn't on your, and listen, it could be your environment. You could be a teacher at your whole classroom. It could be you're in an office and you're the only person who thinks away about a project. Okay, like whatever this concerns for you, the issue is you need to let something go here. Let go of, like, give up the ghost around convincing others or your external environment. This is really all about you, because someone else doesn't get it here, or externalized environments, whether it's people or places, don't get it. You shouldn't have to bow to that, and you shouldn't have to apologize for that. And I know it's scary, right? I mean, if you go to another dimension, which really, you know, a death of any kind really is, even you know, puberty, the death of childhood, you know, and, you know, turning into a legal adult, it's the death of your youth in a way. And it's like, you know, becoming a parent or getting, you know, having an animal in your home, caring for somebody, or having a family member fall ill. Like, these are all, and you become the caretaker. It's like, these are all developmental elements of our own personal growth. So you have nothing to apologize for here, Aries. This is a particularly important developmental growth for you, that you move away from or grow away from something that has ceased to serve you. If it is a job situation here where you have been saving up or contemplating leaving a situation where you've put in a lot of time and energy, I think what this is saying as well is, you know, take those experiences and run with them, okay? Because those will serve you well. Your CV or your resume, okay, is going to reflect that. You don't have an apology to make. You're allowed to leave a situation, Aries. You're allowed, okay? You're probably better off than you had given yourself credit for as well. So if there's concern around leaving a job or leaving a situation that you've put a lot of time and energy into, it could be a home, could be an asset, that's not serving you anymore, or isn't on the same page, or isn't intellectually, developmentally, ideologically, or even the way things that are important to you, like belief systems, right? If they're not on the same page with you mentally, it's just going to be painful, and it's just going to, I don't think it's going to change, right? I don't think that environment's going to change. We will get other messages here from the Oracle. I'm actually curious about this, so I might draw a qualifier card for the 8, just because it's external and it sort of stands out. It's a difficult energy, so we're going to look at that. I'm just going to shuffle for a second. Look at the 8 of Air. Why is the 8 of Air, or 8 of Swords, in the external resources? Wow. Wow. Somebody's causing you an enormous amount of anxiety and stress, Aries. Something in your environment, you need to move away from it now. Now. Okay? It's driving you mental. It's, wow, I didn't expect to see that. That kind of blows my mind. Oops. That's anxiety. This is, 8 of Air is second guessing. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. I feel confined. I don't feel like I can talk about it. Everything's in my head. Okay, general around that card. This sleeplessness, total anxiety, stress. Holy crap, Aries. What is going on? Listen, I know you need to move away from something. Period. You need to leave something. You're better off than you think you are. Stop accepting less than what you're worth, or that you want, or that you dreamt of, okay? The world really is calling for you for a shift. Transformation time, Aries. Move away from what doesn't serve you anymore. You know what? Because it's not attractive. It's not attractive. I just mean energetically. I'm not even talking like in a relationship. I just mean energetically. If you can't close the door on something that doesn't work for you anymore, or you're not willing to move away from something that doesn't work for you anymore, literally nothing new can come. What you are supposed to have is not able to get to you, okay? Or what you truly desire and have worked, what you're actually working toward, right, may look a little different than what you wind up with. But it's still going to be a dream fulfilled here. So what's the price you're paying, Aries? What are you paying to deal with the external environment that does not, whoever you're spending time with, wherever environment you're in, work, play, relationships, whatever, doesn't see eye to eye with you, adds stress to your life, can't see your point of view, won't see your point of view. You got to move away from this, Aries. It's not doing you any good. And you know it. I feel really strong in your heart. You know it. I feel like some of you almost needed to hear. Two of these came out. Oh, actually a few flipped upside down. I'm going to keep shuffling till we get a jumper. Ooh, a bunch. I feel like a couple of Aries needed to hear that, yeah, it's not all in your head. Your environment is unproductive, or that person that you're thinking of right now. And no, you're not making it up. And no, you're not being too sensitive. And no, it's not just you. That person, let me say something else. What you're surrounded by, person, place, or thing, okay? Or your own thoughts and beliefs, okay? So as a general reading, those themes, they're not into it either. Okay, it's not, nothing here is saying, oh, you know what, you just need to teach them. Or they're open to listening, you just need to show them. Or they'll get it, you just do what you need to do and then they'll snap out of it. No, that's not what's going on here. If that was part of your vision, you know what, they'll come around. If I keep following my heart, if I keep working hard, etc., they will, whoever, whatever, will come around. It'll all come, no. You got to get away from it. Even if it's temporary, okay? Even if it's just for the month of October, maybe do a little field test. Maybe play with a new idea. Maybe say, I'm willing to move away from this. This isn't working for me. I'm going to take a break from you. I'm going to get away from you and see how I feel, see how I operate, see what I think about the situation or of myself, or putting a dream, like literally bringing it to fruition here. You got to put something to rest permanently here, Aries. And it's okay. It's okay. Here's another way to look at moving away from something or someone who isn't vibing with you, okay? You're not doing them a favor either. Let's just say, oh, I got to stay, or I got to do this for them, or whatever you tell yourself about that. Because without me, yada, yada. They would go hungry. They wouldn't be able to take care of themselves. They, yada, yada. Okay? But honestly, you're not doing them any favors either. Because they can't grow if they're stuck. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, you have a dream that needs bringing to fruition, Aries. A dream, honey. You want to move into that now, or maybe someday in the future? Maybe when they're ready. Maybe when the timing's right. It's never right. It's always now. The timing's always now. The timing is perfect now. So make a move. Look at this gorgeous card. This is masculine energy, yang. This is do it, do it, do it. Those are my words. It's not from the book, but this is take action, okay? It's also your card, right? Aries, you're the first sign in the zodiac, the first house. I am. I am. That's you. Those are your keywords. That's your spirit, your fire. I'm telling you, if you're guided by fear right now, it's going to drain every ounce of you. And again, if you think you're helping someone else by staying stuck, you're not. It's not about that. And you shouldn't have to feel like you have to martyr yourself, or I just think your environment is fear-based, Aries. Whatever this person is doing, whatever this environment, job, situation, thought process, belief system, etc., whatever that is draining and it's not serving you. So we got to switch it up. Time is up for it. It doesn't have your best interests in heart. It could just be old. It could be old thought processes. Let's just say you live on an island, you're alone, there's no one in your life. It's what's going on in your mind, right? What are you telling yourself? The stories you tell yourself. Could just be like regret. Okay? Regret, anxiety, fear. Fear is kind of gross though, because it's low vibration. It's the absence of love. You know, I have a weird story to tell. A very, very quick story about my brother years ago went shopping at Christmas time. He had the worst customer service he's ever had in his life, he said. My brother's a very easygoing person. I couldn't believe it, he said. That person shouldn't have had that job. And I said, well, why didn't you go to the manager and make like a formal complaint? He said, I didn't want to do that because what if I got that person fired? As it turns out, he was let go from a job not too long after that. Not for poor customer service. They were downsizing. It had nothing to do with him. It was the best thing that ever happened to him, he said. And I said, why is that? He said, because I didn't know how miserable I was where I was until I had to face a new future. Aries, I promise you, it might be so comfortable right now. I get it. It's comfortable. You know what's going to happen. You know how to handle those demons, right? I get it. But is there a part of you that just wants to try something else, or maybe let it go? Let a little bit of that comfort go. We're all guilty of it, right? It's the human condition. We can get static. We can get stuck. We don't want to cause waves. We don't want to hurt other people, leave other people behind. We also don't want to make the wrong decision, right? But again, you know, maybe you can play with it right now as well. I'm actually going to cut this deck. It's taking a little long to shuffle. Maybe take October to do some contemplation work around it. Maybe the move, like a physical move around it, I think it's important to do. But maybe the physical move for you in the month of October is to make a list or to create some pros and cons lists. Get a ball rolling, whatever that ball is right now, get it rolling toward a prosperous future, okay, Aries? Look, finances and career, 100%. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So yeah, it could be that you're dealing with a company that you're waiting to get out of. It could be that you're dating someone in the company that you want to leave. You and your partner maybe wanting to get out of a company situation or a business situation. You could be trying to leave a situation where shared finances are a concern. I mean, we do have, the death card is ruled by Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio for that matter. But Scorpio rules the 8th house. That's shared resources and finances. So that could very well be the situation for some Aries right now. It's just about how to extract yourself from a very tightly bound relationship, okay? Definitely, these two came out. I'm going to take them. Definitely has to do with your finances, or your health, or a career issue. It could be that you've been contemplating something, developing a career path in your own life, and you just need to make a move on that. So we have illusion and we have action. Be careful right now that you don't have the illusion of action, or you don't suggest, for example, that just being busy or creating busy work at the job or life that you have now is the same thing as taking action for a new future for yourself. Just be aware of that, okay? And children. Yeah, I actually saw this coming. This definitely has to do with a relationship. It has to do with long-term commitments, okay? Long-term outcomes. Lots of seeds have been planted here. Something is very firm. It's going to be upsetting, but I'm telling you, if you want to be free, okay, you have to put your foot down about something here, and you have to, the time is now, right? Future is now. Children are a concern in this situation for you. So if this, whether it's business, whether it's educational, relational, whatever this is for you, it's time to have a conversation with somebody, okay? You don't necessarily need to hear their viewpoint, but you need to extract yourself from a melancholy, low vibrational, anxious, fearful environment of some sort, okay, Aries? So I really hope that this was helpful for you. I love reading for you. Thank you so much for your likes and shares and for subscribing. I hope this finds you in excellent health. Comment if you have a second. I always love hearing from you. I think I already said that. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.